Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of BNEWS Sports Hub. I'm your host, Anthony Matos. This month we headed down to the Burlington High School gym to chat with the girls varsity volleyball. We'll have a conversation with head coach Wingsze Seaman and senior captains Nicole Pellegrino and Molly Murphy. We'll also have our player spotlight and our Red Devil review with Robert Paris. That's all right here, right now on this month's BNEWS Sports Hub. To jumpstart our discussion, we will offer you a little refresher of the team. We go now to BNEWS Sports reporter Robert Paris for our Red Devil review.
Hey everyone, I'm BNEWS Sports reporter Robert Paris, and this is your Red Devil review. It's been a great season as fall sports had their first full season since the start of the pandemic. Although indoor sports still have to abide by the mask mandate, the teams were excited to have a normal slate of games again, including girls volleyball. The team had their first full season with head coach Wingsze Seaman. Seaman started with the team in fall session 2 after taking over for former coach Cassandra Blum. The abbreviated season had a total of 10 games. During her first year, Seaman led the team to a 7-2 record after one of the matches did not happen due to COVID. Burlington played within their Middlesex League division and played their opponents twice, once at home and then once away. In their first 6 games, the team had an undefeated record of 6-0. They beat out Stoneham, Wilmington, Wakefield, all of them twice, and Watertown once. Melrose stopped their undefeated streak in their home and away matchups. Even though there were no MIAA playoffs, the Middlesex League had a special tournament within the league. Burlington beat out the Arlington Spy Ponders 3-1. Then, they headed to the second round of the playoffs, where their season ended after falling 3-1 against Winchester. Now let's take a look at some of the points made from the spring 2021 modified season. The top 3 leaders from that season were senior Shannon Joyce with 111 points, senior Sam Mira with 105, and senior Caroline Curtin with 60. In total, the team scored 496 points throughout the season. Wow. 4 seniors from the 2021 class graduated: Liz Gillespie, Sam Mira, Caroline Curtin, and Shannon Joyce. In the fall of 2021, the girls played their full 20-game regular season. Burlington finished the year at 13-5 and was able to secure a playoff spot in the Division II MIAA playoff tournament. The girls' first opponent was the Plymouth South Panthers, where they won 3-2 after a 5-game set. As of this taping, they're going to play the Hopkinton Hillers in the second round of the tournament. Now let's take a look at how they did scoring-wise for the regular season. The top 3 leaders from this year were freshman Grace Seaman at 156, senior Molly Murphy with 147, and junior Isabella Kasparian at 122. In total, the girls put up 861 points, which is 3 times as many points than the season before. Well, good luck to the entire team in the rest of the playoffs. And that is all for your Red Devil review. I'm Robert Paris. Back to you, Anthony.
I'm here with Coach Wingsze. Coach, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm all right. So you played volleyball, I would assume, right? Before?
I
Yep.
have,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Just talk about your experience playing volleyball when you were younger.
So I didn't start playing until actually in college, and then I've continued after college, been playing since then, mostly around the area, but I've also traveled to play as well.
How did you become a head coach at Burlington?
Honestly, one of the girls that I had during club season reached out to me because there was opening in the coaching staff a few years ago. So I originally came on as the JV coach, I guess 3 years ago now, and then I was varsity coach last year and then returned this year as well. So this is just my second season as varsity coach.
What's it like to be back with the normal season?
It's crazy. COVID kind of hit us obviously all pretty hard last year, and everyone's schedules were very different than normal. Back to full swing of things. We're 2 or 3 games every week since the beginning of the season, basically. So it's crazy, but it's exciting.
So the mask mandate is still on for playing sports indoors. Just talk about having to wear them.
I think given that we had to wear it during the fall 2 season, everyone that came back this year was used to it already. Anyone that's played even club season has had to wear masks, so it hasn't been a huge ask again for this year. And everyone's been pretty good about wearing their masks the whole season.
So fans are back. Just talk about the atmosphere with the fans back compared to no fans.
It's awesome. I think last year we were allowed 2 spectators per athlete. This year, no limit. So we've had some home games that, even the freshmen, the JV team can stay and watch. Their parents have stayed and watched and cheered us on. We had a great crowd our senior night. It was great to have a big crowd in the stands for our girls.
Like the transition between not being head coach for Burlington and now being the coach for Burlington.
So
did you coach before?
Yeah. So I've coached years and years and years ago, and then I took a break for grad school and life. And then I returned to actually coaching club about 6 years ago. And like I said, one of the girls that I met in club went to Burlington, and then her parents made me aware of the opening. So it's been great. I forgot a little bit about how crazy it is to coach high school every day after school, even some weekend practices. But it's been great. It's been crazy but good.
You have 5 seniors on the team this year. How have they progressed from when you started coaching?
So a few of them I've had last year. So they were all varsity last year. So I think some of them transitioned from more practice players to more full-time 6 rotation players. So skills, huge improvements, right? So they can earn those spots on the court. And then we had one transfer senior who stepped into the team, and I think as far as the team goes, they've all accepted her and she's accepted them, and they all get along really, really well and on and off the court. So it's been pretty awesome to have all of them.
What are some of the strategies you teach the girls during the practices?
Sometimes you gotta play smarter, not so hard. There's plenty of court space that's open. You don't have to be the biggest hitter, but you can be smart on the court as well. So trying to teach some of that and being able to see the court a little bit better, increase their volleyball IQ, basically.
You finished 13-5 in the regular season. Just talk about your favorite games, the bad games, and in between.
So favorite probably was the win against Melrose. That was we were down 2 sets. Melrose had gone completely undefeated in our league, not even dropping a set to any other teams in the Middlesex League. And then we won the 3rd set, and it was just kind of okay, we got this. And then just the energy that day was, it was all pointing towards us, and it just felt so good. And when the girls came out with the win after 5 sets, with 3 straight set wins, it was just awesome. So that was probably the highlight of the season. We've had some struggles through the season as well, but we try not focus on the bad. Right, we're right back at practice the next day. But I think sometimes it just depends on where the games are. If everyone's mood, that kind of plays into things too. But the bad ones, we just work through it. I mean, the girls are working hard no matter what. I don't think there's been a super terrible game that comes to mind, but we've definitely had losses this season that I think some of the girls wish we had back, for sure.
As of this taping, you're going to play Plymouth South tomorrow. Just talk about how you've been preparing for that.
So we just found out Monday night that we were playing Plymouth South. So just talking to the girls, we watched some of their films. I think that's the kind of the highlight of what COVID brought out last year, with everyone streaming everything and recording a lot of videos, is you can search on YouTube and it's there and you can find things. I also have other friends who are coaches in other schools that have played against them as well. So I've reached out to them for sort of tips and pointers and whatnot. So it's been nice way to network, right? Having friends that play volleyball and other coaches so that they can help out as well.
What's your favorite part about being head coach of this team?
Just seeing them work hard every day, coming in and just, doing what they need to do and trusting me with the directions that I give them, and hopefully they're learning things off on the court that they can, apply to their lives outside as well.
Who stepped up on the team this year?
Molly's been a huge part in our success this season. She brings such great play on the court. It's just, I think the girls just trust her on the court the whole time. I'd say also like Nicole just brings an energy, right? And just talking to the both of them, Nicole just brings a huge amount of energy to the team, no matter what's going on, win or lose, up or down. So that's great. Other people that have stepped up, Chloe Abudo has been huge as a middle for us on the offensive side. Other players just, I don't know, everyone's kind of stepped up and played really well. Molly mentioned a freshman, Wingsze Seaman, stepped in as a freshman, and she's been setting for our team. But all the girls come to practice and they work hard, and they just want the whole team to succeed.
Have the underclassmen been looking up to the seniors?
Yeah. At the beginning, I wasn't sure how that was all going to go, because we have mostly juniors and seniors. We have one sophomore, one freshman. And sometimes, in high school, there could be just the couple of years difference can be a big difference in those years. But it's literally, at the beginning of the season, I've always said that we're one team. It doesn't matter what's happening. Like, we're one team. So they come in, they practice, they all get along. They go out to eat together after practices. They hang out, they talk to each other, they chat. There's just no differences amongst them when they're on the court. So that's super awesome, I think, for them.
What are you going to miss about the seniors?
Just the energy they bring, the positivity, their hustle, the way they compete every single game for every single point. And I hope that all those values have instilled on the underclassmen, and they're ready to come back next year.
How have the seniors looked up to you as a coach?
I think they listen. They work hard. They're there every practice. They work. Unfortunately, one of our seniors did get hurt earlier in the season, so she had to take a bit of a hiatus from the team. But she's there, I think, still morally supporting us despite her injury.
What are the strategies that you're going to teach going into your first playoff game this season?
Just keep moving on, looking forward. We're going to mess up. The opponents are going to win points. It's going to happen, but it's a 25-point game, if not more. So it's a race to 25. So if we miss a couple, we just got to look forward to the next points.
With the regular season being over, what are you going to take away from it?
How busy we were. Having all the three teams back this season was so different than my first year as varsity last year. We didn't have the buses. Everyone had to get to the games. Nobody could stay and root for each other. This year, with it back to normal, just the camaraderie amongst the whole team, all three teams together, I think was so special that they all got along and they all, just worked together and cheered for each other. And I hope that it'll be like that, forever, and no matter what they do moving forward. But certainly this team, just being my first regular season, I definitely will miss sort of like how connected everybody was.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll be right back with Nicole Pellegrino.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I am here with senior captain Nicole Pellegrino. Nicole, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. So you're back to the normal season as compared to last year. Just talk about that.
I feel like it's nice because last season, like Molly said, we played less games. Also, we all get to take the bus there together, which like kind of brought like a sense of community, and like we all get to experience like the ride home after a really great win, that was like really nice.
So just talk about having like 18 games instead of last year we had 10.
I feel like we also got to like play more teams we didn't get to see last year, teams that we wanted to beat last year, like Melrose, and we got to just see more people that we didn't get to see last year.
How'd you get involved playing volleyball?
I started by playing club. I kind of just like played gym volleyball, and then I really wanted to play that as my fall sport, and it was really fun, and I'm really glad I got into it.
Do you have like a pre-game routine before every game?
Usually just like kind of forgetting about everything that happened during the day. Like volleyball was just my time to get like all my stress out of the way and just kind of like focus on like what I love doing. Just basically like forgetting about everything negative that happened and just trying to have a good time.
You're a captain this year. Just do you talk about the experience?
It was really fun. I feel like I got to know a lot of people that I wouldn't really expect like I would know. Like, you know, saying hi to like underclassmen in the hallway that I never really met before, having like different faces that I didn't really see and didn't talk to before, which was really nice. And I liked like other people looking up to me, and it was really nice.
How do you motivate the team being the captain?
I feel like just by being really loud and energetic, even like especially when we really need it. Just making sure we all stay together and work together as a team until the very end and not give up until the game is like entirely over.
How do the underclassmen look at you?
I feel like we're all like friends on the team. I feel like we're kind of just one big family. Like Molly said, I don't really see it as like underclassmen. I more see it as we're just kind of like all together as one. I think that's really nice.
You finished 13-5. Just talk about the opponents you faced on the way.
I feel like Molly kind of said a lot of it. My biggest exciting thing this year was beating Melrose. Like that is so huge for us, and making them like not undefeated anymore was like super exciting and a really great way to end off the regular season.
Playing the tournament against Plymouth South. How are you preparing for that?
Basically, just also watching film. I've already watched a little bit of it. During practice, we kind of practiced how we would normally play our defense against them already, and basically just kind of playing our game together as a team and not giving up at all.
So just talk about playing with Coach Wingsze.
I also only had her for 2 years. It's really great because she cares about all of us so much, and it's really nice to be able to like connect with your coach on like a bigger level than volleyball, so it's really nice.
What are some of the things she has taught the team?
I say that, like Molly said, she kind of like, she played volleyball, so she knows everything. I do like her way of like teaching us, like giving us certain drills and doing all that stuff, and I feel like she just really knows how to run a great team.
Has she taught you anything?
I feel like she kind of taught me how to play like my position better, because she's set and I play right side, so it kind of has like similarities. And she kind of like, whenever I hit, she always has something to tell me on how to improve myself, which is really nice. And I try to like put that in my next playing time and like try to put that into the next play.
What do you like about the rest of the coaching staff?
About the whole coaching staff?
Yeah, the whole coaching staff.
I think it's really nice to have like other coaches in there that I can count on. Liv and Emily, they're both really great, and I feel like I've connected with them so much throughout the season, which was really nice, and I feel like I can go to them with anything volleyball related or anything outside of volleyball, and it's really great to have like other figures like that.
Do you plan on going to college?
Yes. I just don't know where yet.
Yeah.
And I do want to play some type of like club volleyball in college, because I don't want my career to end just yet.
What are you going to miss about Coach Wingsze when you graduate?
I feel like just having a coach that like I've been used to, because she kind of like was my coach last year and this year. So like I've gotten used to her, and I've like gotten used to her technique, and I really like it. So I'm going to miss like the way we practice, because it makes it really fun for us.
What are you going to take away from this year's regular season? Are you going to use the things you learned onward, or are you just going to forget about it?
I'm definitely going to take everything with me. I plan on playing like the same position if I like play club. So like I think it's really nice to be able to have such a good teacher and take that on for like college and like future volleyball career.
All right, thank you, Nicole. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Let's check out this month's Player Spotlight feature, Senior Captain Molly Murphy.
Hi, I'm Molly Murphy, and this is BNEWS Sports Hub Player Spotlight. So I started playing just in my cousin's front yard. We just like pass a volleyball back and forth with each other. And I started playing club in 7th grade. And then Once I got to high school, I started playing. I played JV as a freshman and then varsity the last 3 years. Last season we didn't have a full season, obviously because of COVID, so it's great that we have a full 19-game season. Obviously with the masks is very different, but you know, we're working around it and we're overcoming obstacles all season, and I think it's paid off, all of our hard work so far.
Molly's been a huge impact player for us this season. She's a leader on the court and off the court, continues to encourage all the players that we have on the team this year. When she's playing, she's all out. She just, plays every point with all of her heart, and I think she's been a huge part in our team this year.
I love Wingsze. She's a great coach. She has lots of experience in all the positions, and she's been a coach for so long. And I wish I could have had her longer, but the last 2 years have been great. She's a very helpful coach, and she just keeps us moving. Well, I think definitely the basics is a great place to start. I helped Wingsze run the camp this summer, teaching girls like the basics, serve, receive, rotations, different types of sets and plays and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Close to last season where we had fall 2 and only 10. This season we had 18 regular season matches. It's been hectic, but it's been fun. I think the girls really were excited to get back to our regular season and have all our games.
I'm gonna miss my team. I love this team so much. They're like my sisters. I'm definitely gonna miss seeing them every day after school. It's not gonna be the same, just seeing them in the hallways.
We'll be right back with Molly Murphy.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
I'm here with senior captain Molly Murphy. Molly, how are you today?
I'm doing well, how are you?
I'm all right. So, you're back to the normal season. Just talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so last season we only played, I think, 10 games because of COVID. So it was nice to end my high school career with a full season of 19 or 20 games.
Just talk about having the games. Like, what did you like about them?
Well, it's rough playing with the masks, but it's good to see competition that we didn't get to see last year, like Melrose and Woburn, and we beat them, so that was exciting.
How'd you get involved playing volleyball?
So my sister started playing in high school while I was in elementary school, and me and my cousins just started playing together like in their backyard. We just set up a net and would pass to each other, and then I started playing club in middle school.
So just talk about some of the strategies that you have before the games.
So we like to warm up to specific music. It's kind of like kind of superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
For warm-ups, I don't know, it's just important to get as many touches as you can, and make sure to keep the ball moving fast and working on faster plays to fool the defense.
Just talk about being a captain this season, like the overall experience.
Well, there's a lot of pressure, but I love it. I love volleyball, and I love my team, and I love just like getting to play with them every single day, and I don't know, leading the team on the court, it's a fun feeling, and I love these girls, and yeah.
How do you motivate the team when they're like down in the games?
I always tell everyone, if you mess up, don't stop trying. You'll get the next one, and if you keep messing up, just keep trying. Do not stop trying, because that's when you won't fix your mistakes and you won't progress from your mistakes. So just keep trying, keep your head up. Forget the last point, move on, play until the game is over.
How do the underclassmen look at you?
I don't know. I don't really think about it as grades. Like, we're all just on the team together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have freshmen, we have seniors, we have, well, one freshman, but we have players from all grades. So it's interesting to see how like we all get to work together, even though there's an obvious age gap.
Mm-hmm. So you guys finished 13-5. Just talk about your opponents and what did you like about them? Who'd you lose to?
Yeah, so we lost to Melrose at the beginning of the season, but we faced them, I think they were like our second to last game of the season, and we ended up beating them, which was super exciting because they were undefeated in league matches all season. So taking that away from them felt really good. We faced Wakefield twice, and we unfortunately did not beat them either time, but it's definitely a learning experience, and next year, now we know what to expect, and we just have to try harder next year. But we beat Woburn, which was exciting. And this season, it's kind of been like an even playing field because we've like lost to teams that have beat other teams that we lost to, if that makes sense. So it just depends on how you play that day, really.
Are you going to the tournament to play Plymouth South? Just talk about how you're preparing for that.
I'm definitely going over film tonight, seeing how they run their offense, seeing how fast they move, where they like to put the ball so that we know what to expect and can prepare for defense against them before game time. I think we definitely just have to keep our heads up, even if the game gets close or if we're down. We just have to keep moving our feet and trying our best. And if we fall short, at least we know we tried our best.
Just talk about working with Coach Wingsze.
I love Coach. She's been my coach for 2 years now. I never had her as a JV coach, but I knew of her through club. And I don't know, it's been great playing with her. She's an awesome coach. She's very well-rounded. She has a lot of volleyball knowledge. She's been playing for a long time, and she's played pretty much all the positions, so she knows what she's talking about, and I trust her. And yeah, I mean, she's done a great job running our team and running the season and like helping us progress in the sport.
What are some of the things you teach as a team?
Well, we've been running different sets to different hitters, working on defense, different rotations and stuff like that for when we get stuck and we need to, fix our rotation, maybe put someone in for someone else. So we've been working a lot on that.
What do you like about the rest of the coaching staff besides Coach Wingsze?
Emily and Liv, they're great. They're very helpful also. They also played volleyball, so they know what they're talking about. It's definitely helpful to have them at practice, shagging and throwing balls at us and hitting at us and serving and just getting us prepared for our next game and our next competition.
Are you planning to go to college?
Yes.
Where?
Probably Lowell.
Do you plan on playing volleyball there?
I might play club, but not, yeah.
Yep. Do you miss anything about Coach Wingsze when she leaves? When you leave?
I'm gonna miss our warm-ups, the way we split the court in half and we play long court. It helps definitely a lot with ball control and stuff like that. And Wingse's just a nice, like, lighthearted woman, like, just always good, positive energy around, so I'm gonna miss that.
With the regular season's over, what are you gonna take away from it? Like, what have you learned from the regular season?
That if we want a game bad enough, we can win it. There's obviously been, for example, again, Melrose, we didn't try hard enough in the beginning of the season, but by the end, we worked together, we worked on our team chemistry and working together as a team, and we were able to take them down. So, yeah, just learning how to play with different people and being aware of who you're on the court with and how to move around each other.
That's all for this month of BNEWS Sports Hub. I would like to thank my guests, head coach Wingsze Seaman and senior captains Nicole Pellegrino and Molly Murphy. I also want to thank you all for watching. I'm Anthony Matos, and we'll see you next time on BNEWS Sports Hub.